Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily.
Good morning, everyone, to whoever's awake right now all over Dubai and the UAE. My name is Shireen, and I am joined here with Mariam, who's helping take us live. Hello, Mariam. And you are here with us on the Lovin Daily Show. This is our first time conducting this on a weekend, and this is going to keep happening every weekend. So stay tuned. If you are awake, thank you so much for being awake and tuning in. We really appreciate that. But as you may be aware of right now, the Lovin Daily Show is basically a daily show where we give you a rundown on all the top trending stories here in Dubai. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. But first, I want to actually discuss the lack of fog situation. I actually thought that it would be foggier because as you've seen in the previous days, it's been crazy. I mean, Mariam, you got here a bit earlier than I did. So did you encounter any fog this morning?
Some only, but
Not too
most
much.
of it, yeah, like clouds.
Because I woke up this morning and I was like, okay. And I opted to actually take a cab instead of, riding the metro because I was like, you know what? It might be too cold. It might be too foggy. As if I would be the one, operating the metro. I don't know how that would have affected my sight. But yes, we are on Instagram Live as well. Let us know if you're awake right now, why you're awake at 9:30 on a Friday morning. But that's still great because that means that I have all of you guys to engage with. But yes, I have a couple of stories, like I said. The first one being, everyone's talked about the temporary entertainment ban that the government announced yesterday. And I know that a lot of us have many questions, like what does this mean? Does this apply to all the restaurants, all the bars and lounges that we have had the privilege of actually visiting in the last couple of days? So let me just read through some of the information here so that I don't, misinterpret or mistakenly say anything wrong. But anyway, okay, so all about the temporary entertainment ban. This only applies, guys, to entertainment activities in places like in restaurants or hotel establishments where there are performers. So let's say a live band, dancers, singers, and DJs. So again, that only applies to restaurants, beach clubs, and all of these things have been put on hold since yesterday, effective immediately, until further notice. And this actually took place because the authorities uncovered several violations that took place. So when they monitored around they conducted 3,100 inspections, you guys, over the city in the last 3 weeks. And they found more than 200 violations in different places. So some of these included people not really wearing their masks, or social distancing not being taken too seriously. So again, keep that in mind when you guys are outside. We're in the best city in the world. We're given the privilege to be able to enjoy, compared to, how it is with all the other countries. And we've seen how that's been handled. But you still have to keep in mind that we are still in a pandemic. So wear your masks, social distance, and just keep safe. Keep safe, guys. And if you do want to double check, if you've made reservations and plans ahead of time and you're worried about what that means, and if the place that you're going to go to is still operating, please double check with the restaurant, call them. I'm sure customer service lines will be set up for that, and just make sure if they're open or not. Okay, I have to just mention that I will try and avoid touching my hair because this has been one of my biggest distractions whenever I do these lives. But anyway, okay. So the second story, a Sputnik approved vaccine. We talked about this with Casey yesterday on the Lovin Dubai website, but this is now the third official vaccine that has been approved. It's a Russian one, and it's been approved for use for emergency cases. So let me just read that here. Okay, so the Russian COVID vaccine Sputnik has been approved by the UAE authorities to be used for emergencies. And this has now taken our number of vaccines up to 3. So we've got Sinopharm, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. We've got Pfizer, and we've got Sputnik now. The UAE National Crisis and Emergency Management Authority announced it yesterday. So this is a great initiative being taken, obviously, to beat the virus as effectively and as swiftly as we can. I want to actually ask some of you guys, have you taken the vaccine? Have you booked for the vaccine? Mariam, what about you? Have you actually considered taking any of the vaccines yet? Have you done your research?
I personally don't know yet. So if I have to,
Yeah.
I will. Most I will because I'm going out and tune and all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah. However, if I don't have to, I will wait for everyone to take it, then I will take it.
She said, I'm going to wait and see what happens to everyone else
Yeah.
before I do.
Because, I trust the system and all of that,
Yeah.
but like,
But
it's
you
scary.
and it's a personal choice at the end of the
Yeah.
day. I mean, it is the fastest, obviously, way to help be the solution and not be part of the problem. For myself personally, I've actually booked through the Siha app. So if you guys don't know, you can download the Siha app and book a date that works best for you. I think mine's going to be sometime in March. However, you also can just drive to any of the locations. I think they're on Google. Do your research. There are different locations set up across the UAE for the different types of vaccines. We're not sure yet about the Sputnik since it has just been approved where the locations for that will be. But for now, Sinopharm and Pfizer, we've been seeing a lot of media personalities actually go and show the process in which they've taken to get the vaccines with their whole families. So we saw Chris Fade, I think in the last week or two. Khalid Al Amri and his family have also taken the vaccine, so that's great. They've said something about pregnant women having to, or if you're pregnant or if you're married, obviously take a test before doing so, because I don't think pregnant women are allowed to take the vaccine. And there are a lot of other, obviously, intricacies that you'll find when you do your research online. And as with anything else, for you to decide which type of vaccine you want to go for, do your research and see which one you're most comfortable with before making that decision. And if you want to get it done right away, again, drive to any of the locations. I think you just have to bring your Emirates ID. And if you're a UAE resident, it's free for all of us. So again, another added advantage. I can't wait for mine in March. A couple of my friends have already taken theirs. And so far, there's really been no other effects other than what you normally feel with a vaccine, which is just, I don't know, just honestly paranoia from social media, but nothing to worry about because that's just, it's all mentally induced. It's all like us freaking ourselves out, isn't it? Yes. I am trying to look for you guys' comments here just so I can see if anybody is engaging with us, if anybody's awake. Again, if you are awake, why? Oh my God, Casey, hello. Casey's tuning in. Casey, get some sleep. This is what I'm here for, so you can rest. Okay, so for the third story, you guys, as you may have known by now, the Al Ula declaration that took place on January 8th, 2021 against Qatar has actually effectively ended. So this means we have now resumed land, sea, and airport travel between the GCC and Qatar. It comes at such a great time to hear news like this. I know that a lot of people on Twitter talked about this and discussed how great it is. It's just one more thing that we need right now: community, unity. And so for that, regular flights from Dubai to Doha will actually start before the end of the month. And when is this, you might ask? It starts in January 26th. So Fly Dubai will launch twice daily flights to and from Doha. So if you were thinking of a visit to Doha, if you've never been, if you have family members there, now is a great time. I know I myself have I've never been to Qatar, interestingly enough. And I might take advantage of this in the next coming months, of course. So, yep, anyone from Doha, let us know in the comment section below. But I actually want to end this Lovin Daily segment with what I think is quite an interesting that we received. Okay, so there is a job hiring, and I know a lot of people may be looking for jobs right now, but This is not for any of you uppity ones who are used to living a life of luxury and leisure, if you may. If you are more of the adventurous type, or I'd say this would be good for introverts as well, there's a job that's looking for caretakers to live in an island in Great Blasket. I really hope I'm not messing up the pronunciation, but Great Blasket in Ireland, okay? And all you have to do is basically take care of the island, and that's 1,100 acres full of island. You know, there's a cafe, so you'll manage the cafe. There's going to be a little holiday cottage as well, so that's going to be open to tourists, so you'll just kind of manage that. They're looking for 2 people, if I'm not mistaken, but there's just one catch. There's no electricity or running water or really any other residents. So I don't know. Is that something that you'd be into, Mariam? What does this sound like? Are you more of an introvert, an extrovert? What is it? Is this?
It's amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like the idea. Like, honestly, if I can go there and, like, you know, separate myself from the world and, like, you know, enjoy it, because, like, I am an animal person, nature person.
Perfect.
So
and they have lots of those there running wild. So I mean, I don't know if you guys can see the images if you guys are watching us on Facebook and YouTube. It looks incredible. It does look like a thing of the movies. Like, I can just imagine grabbing one of my 3 journals that I have and write on the daily, and just sitting and watching the great beyond and, you know, being mesmerized. However, the one thing I thought about, Mariam, with this whole thing is no electricity. Like, I'm sorry, what? I'm not uppity by any means, but no electricity, guys. I don't know. But anyway, if you are interested for this job role, you just have to go on a website, okay? It's called the greatblasketisland.net. greatblasketisland.net. I'll be writing an article about this. It'll be up first thing today as well, so that you can, you know, click a link and apply to it. And by the way, guys, today is the last day. So if you're interested in this job role, do that today. Do that today. I'm just thinking about it still. I have so many thoughts about this job, because, like, imagine that, like, you get to live there for a whole year. There's a fresh sea air, meeting the local wildlife, and you've seen the scenery. So you just get to be like a little island gal. I mean, what would you do there for a year? No people, Mariam. Wouldn't you just go a little crazy?
No.
What's a lot? What would you do?
Like, have some walks, you know, enjoy my life.
Every day for a year?
Yeah, because, like, if you think about it, this is how we lived before technology, and this is how we should, you know, live. Because, you know, it's kind of hard now for us
going back to the basics, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's very relaxing, and, like, you know, it's gonna be a very good experience for anyone, because we need to, like, detox ourselves from all of this.
You know what?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
I get your point. Especially at a time like now, I think it would be great. Yeah. Imagine I just end up announcing, okay, I will no longer do the Lovin Daily weekends. I have applied to the island job in Ireland. Goodbye.
I'm gonna
like I said, you guys, today's the last day, January 22nd. greatblasketisland.net. So if you're interested in that, let us know. And that's about it for today's stories. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Again, if you're awake, 9:30 on a Saturday. Yes. Have your morning coffee if you're awake, or if you're working like myself, let's work together. Let's discuss a couple of things. And that's it. See you guys tomorrow. Stay safe. Always wear your masks. Remember to social distance. Have fun, but not too much fun, if you know what I mean. And keep counting your blessings. I'll leave you with that reminder. All right? Have a good day.
Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin Show every Tuesday, where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.